Is this the start of the video? I don't know.
Yeah, this is the start. You've never started that.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is the third video of how to grow grass videos. Today we're gonna check out our seeds and they are sprouted, so let's take a look. So it's been about 11 days. They germinated on day 9. So right in that 7 to 14 day thing that I was talking about. So right on track. The first stuff that's gonna come up is gonna be most likely your ryegrass. If you get ryegrass, that'll be the first stuff that comes up. So in our case, as you can see, we're gonna show you this, the bare spot. And we have a lot of stuff that like falls down. So it's a little unfortunate, but I'm trying to stay off of it. I don't know, you might have to zoom in a little bit. As you can see, all our grass is coming in. So that's looking good. So yeah, this is about 2 days of growth from when it popped up. So like I said, this is probably gonna be all the ryegrass. So we had 2 different kinds of seeds in the bag of grass seed that we planted. So you want to keep watering. You don't want to stop when you see the first growth, because that means only one type of seed has germinated. We're waiting for both. So in this case, the fine fescue is going to take longer to germinate than the ryegrass. So you want to keep the ground moist even though you see new growth, and it's always a good point just to kind of keep it wet, because these new grass blades have really shallow roots, so they're not going to be able to go down as deep for water just right out of the gate. So keep your ground moist. And in our case, we were super lucky. We've been having really good like rain and sun mix, so we haven't had to come out and water that often. But anyways, this is looking great. So we'll kind of keep you updated on how it comes in, and we're gonna wait till about 3 inches. So it might take a while depending on temperature, but hopefully we get some sun here and it can kind of just shoot up, and then we'll be able to mow. Oh my gosh. So it's been about a month and a half, and our grass has come in. It's come in really nice, and I'm just gonna show you the tips that I do to just kind of maintain it and kind of move forward with our new grass. Right now, what we're gonna do is cut the grass. So the rule of thumb when you're cutting grass is to never cut off more than 1/3 of your grass length. So in my case, if I wanna cut at 2.5 inches, then I'm gonna want the grass to be 3.5 inches. So that I'm never ever cutting off more than 1/3 of the grass length. That just helps the grass not get too stressed every time you cut it. So anytime you cut off more than 1/3, your grass is just gonna be stressed out, and anything we can do that helps the grass not be stressed is definitely a good thing. So we're gonna cut off it's about 3.5 inches right now, so we're gonna cut it back down to 2.5, which is what I've been keeping mine at. You can definitely keep it longer. The longer grass is definitely gonna be better in heat. So if you're a cool season, keep it a little longer. If you don't want to get out there and mow as often, or maybe you have troubles with keeping it watered, definitely want to keep it maybe a little longer. It'll also encourage the roots to grow deeper. But in my case, I'm not too worried about that. I'm gonna keep it a little shorter this year. I have problems with grass kind of flopping over and like doing a bunch of weird stuff, so I want to keep it shorter so that more of the grass blades get the sun, and hopefully they grow up a little bit straighter than they used to. So before I show you the before and after, I'm definitely gonna wanna cut this lawn so it looks really good. So let's get to it. All right, so we just mowed, edged, and it looks really, really nice. Let's go ahead and check out what we have. I'm ready to let go. So if you remember this, a lot of this was dirt, really patchy. Obviously it's filled way in, and there's still spots here and there that I'm not like super excited about, but I'm really excited about how it just kind of filled in, and a lot of that good looking grass is kind of taking over, so that's really good. And then let's see the garden area. So you'll kind of have to ignore our overgrown garden that is completely to seed right now, but this all used to be dirt, if you remember. So this came in super thick, super nice. And we put in these tiles or these cement pavers just to kind of section off the garden area, and then as well as give it a place to kind of stand when you're in here, so you're not just standing on the grass. But as you can see, if you get in close here, this is just super thick. And this is all just brand new grass. So nothing was here before. All this grew really well. Yeah, so I mean, I couldn't have hoped for anything better. I'm gonna show you a few areas that didn't come in quite as I hoped. And just know that like that's just part of it. Like all your seeds aren't gonna germinate. You'll be lucky. Like this is just like, I mean, this is the most you could ever hope for, is just you know, this filling in like this is just amazing. So let me show you some areas that are bad. So as you can see right here, pretty thin on this edge. There's some areas on the edge that just got really thin, and so these are parts where I'll focus in on during the fall when we overseed, or maybe fill in and kind of do some grass renos. Over here as well, this back corner is very treed and very shaded. So this really sparse. As you can see, we got some ground cover here, some weeds that we don't really want in here. So you know, maybe competing against the weeds, and then also just being underneath this tree. There's a lot of like these droppings and stuff. So this is going to be a part where maybe I focus in on the fall and just see if I can really get the grass in and then established. And then once it's there, it should be okay. So, but just wanted to show you a bad area as well, because I don't want you to get discouraged that like it didn't work out for you. If you do have an area like this is pretty bad right now. So don't be discouraged. This is just, you know, this is just part of it until you get your lawn established. It's, you know, there's going to be areas like this. And also, you know, there's going to be weeds, like just, you know, you might walk past that lawn that's just perfect. And you might think there's no weeds ever, but they definitely have weeds. You're gonna have weeds. So if you see one in here and there, it's not a big deal. Pull it out. Like this, I'm gonna have to kind of pull out, or you know, treat as you can. Obviously, when you just plant seed, you don't want to just immediately spray something on there. So just read the labels. If you have a post-emergent herbicide that you want to use, just read the labels. Make sure it's good for new seeds, for new grass as well. So like. You know, I have some that says wait till 30 days after the new seed is established, and then you can use it. So, you know, just check the labels, make sure you're not just throwing something down that's gonna hurt new grass. But yeah, so this is looking really good. All right, so obviously you wanna keep feeding your grass. So we definitely wanna throw some fertilizer on it. I have milorganite. As you can see, a 640, that's a pretty low nitrogen number compared to like a Scott's might be like a 20% nitrogen, or even a 30% nitrogen. So this has a lot lower percentage, and you might immediately think, you know, this isn't as good as a Scott's because it has less percentage, but all that means is that you're gonna have to apply more of this stuff than you would a Scott's. And the benefit of that is that you're gonna be able to control a lot better, and it's gonna blanket your lawn a lot better than a Scott's would. So we're gonna try this out. This is organic fertilizer, so that's pretty sweet as well. And yeah, so 640, I think it has even some iron in it, so it'll help green up your lawn, and has a small prill size, so it really should blanket your lawn a lot better than say Scott's or Pennington or something like that would. People rave about this stuff, so we'll see what the hype is all about. I'm only gonna put I wanted to put like about a quarter of a pound of nitrogen down, so not very much. Right here it says 0.33 pounds of nitrogen would be 5.5 pounds of milorganite per 1,000 square feet. So again, my lawn total, all the sections I have is about 1,000 square feet. So I'll need around, you know, maybe 4 or 5 pounds of this, and we should be good. So what I'm gonna do, since I haven't used this stuff before, and you know, even online it says to people have kind of debated what settings to put their stuff on. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kind of weigh some of this stuff out just for the first round and see what setting seems correct. Try to do my whole lawn, see what comes out, and see what I'm left over with, or if I put too much on. And then we'll know for next time to kind of dial it in. So feel free to you know, kind of use that method for yourself if you're trying to figure out, oh, is my Scott's spreader coming out at the right rate? Sometimes they won't, even though they say to turn it to 10. You know, my Scott's spreader might be different than yours, so it's always good to kind of just weigh it out, test it, see what happens, and then next time you know, okay, it's 7 instead of 10, right? So all right, so we're gonna get at it. All right, so up here it says it's a 640, so that's 6% nitrogen. So I'm just gonna take that number, which is 6%, and then I want to put half a pound of nitrogen down. So and again, this is I'm calculating for 1,000 square feet. So let's go ahead and just 0.25. So that's 0.25 pounds per nitrogen, and then I want to divide that by 6%. So 6%. So I need 4.16 pounds. So 4 pounds of this product will give me a 1/4 pound of nitrogen. So that's what we'll go with there, and we'll see if we can get that evenly spread. So we'll go ahead and just put 4 pounds. It said 4.1. Obviously, we don't need to be super exact here. You can't really over apply with Milorganite. It won't burn your lawn like normal fertilizer will. So if you over apply, it's not a big deal. There we go. Actually 4.1, there you have it. So so there you go. That'll be a 1/4 pound of nitrogen. And so this is what this looks like, very small pearl size. So we're gonna go ahead and stick our spreader to a pretty small number just to see if I can get this spread out over all our lawn. So. So I just applied all the fertilizer down. Honestly, the lowest setting on my spreader worked perfect for me. It could be that I walk a little slower, or the setting, the thing opens further than on others. I don't know, but the lowest setting on my Scott spreader was perfect. So that's what I'll use for the rest of the times I apply. And the reason I only applied a 1/4 pound of nitrogen is that I'm gonna apply multiple smaller rounds instead of one big round of fertilizer, and that'll just kind of give the grass ongoing feeding. So, and especially since it's getting warmer, I don't want to apply too much when it gets really hot, and it'll stress it out. So during the growing seasons, I might up that amount to more, but during the hotter seasons, I'm going to keep it really light and just kind of give it that small feeding that it needs. So Milorganite's a great fertilizer to use in the summer, and just because it's a low percentage, you can kind of control that better. And it'll really just help the lawn out. So I'm gonna go ahead and water the fertilizer in. Obviously, every time you fertilize, you should water it in unless there's gonna be rain. There is gonna be rain this weekend, but it's not gonna be very much. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of get it started, not put a lot of water down, just kind of get it watered in a little bit. And then this weekend, hopefully with that extra rain, hopefully it'll get all the way watered in perfectly. The other thing I recommend is keeping a lawn calendar. I just started doing this, and you can keep track of when you apply fertilizer, when you apply different weed killers, when you've mowed, when you've seeded, so you can really keep track of that. And I know for me, a lot of times, like, I was trying to sort through photos and look at, okay, when did I apply the fertilizer? I can't remember. So that'll just help you know, like, okay, I applied the fertilizer 2 weeks ago, and then you can determine how much longer you need to wait, or, oh, okay, maybe it's a good time to reapply fertilizer. And that just keeps everything really in one place for your lawn. So I would recommend doing that. I'll link the one I used below. It's a copy from another lawn care YouTube, so I'll link that. But he just created this format that really works pretty well for me. But I kind of tweaked it myself, so I'll give you my tweaked version, but then also link to his as well. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the grass transform, and hopefully your lawns have been getting transformed as well. We'll probably do another overseeding in the fall, so stay tuned for that if you want more grass stuff. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and make sure to subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. I'm ready to